Alright, I'm down to just 2 spinners left from the last unpackaging. They are the Fat Boy spinner from STEAMPUNK Spinners. I did the copper version of this before, and I've got the aluminum version here, which I haven't tested yet. Feels very different. It's much lighter, so we'll see how that one goes. And then I had also this one from Medieval Spinners, which is really nice looking. Not sure how it's going to run. So what I need to do is add some spinners into this one to give us more spinners for this video. These are the only 2 left from the unpackaging. And I thought one good one to add in would be this one. I think it's from the same company, although when I bought it, it was from a company called Medieval Metals, but they're using the same symbol as Medieval Spinners, so I'm assuming it's the same company. It comes in a nice wooden box that's all lined with brass, and it's a different kind of spinner, but the button seems about the same, so it's probably the same company. And this one's a solid copper one. It feels very different than the other one, so we'll check those out and see what we can get with those. And what I had left over from things I'd opened up before I started making these videos, I have 4 spinners from ROTIBOX, which I haven't tested yet. A couple of them I've opened already, a couple of them I haven't, so let's just take a look at those. And they come in this nice pouch. Yeah, this is this one. I'm not sure what exactly that's supposed to be, but so far I've tested, I think, 2 ROTIBOX spinners. They run for a long time, so this is probably going to take a while to test these. But that's one of them that I'd already opened. And here's the other one. I think this is the first one I ever got. Very big. So we'll test that one out too. Now I've got 2 others here that I haven't opened yet. And I can't seem to find my knife, so I'll use a different knife. Haven't opened these 2 yet, so let's open these up and take a look at them. Don't remember what these were. Okay, there's that one. Seen that one all over the internet. Okay. And one more. Little bullets. That one feels better than the other one. It's not as heavy though. So we have 4 ROTIBOX spinners. STEAMPUNK Spinners, Fat Boy, Medieval Spinners 1, and Medieval Spinners 2. So those are the 7 we're going to test out this time and see who's the best. Alright, here goes the testing. Okay, I said before that this one was going to take me a long time to do, and unfortunately it didn't take very long at all. This group of spinners didn't have very long run times. We'll go through them one at a time, but they were all fairly disappointing. This first ROTIBOX spinner right here, this one only got an average spin time of 4 minutes and 46 seconds, which is pretty short. It's a good spin time, but it's not quite as good as I was hoping for. I gave it a subjective score of 6.3. I think it looks pretty good. The feel is not good though, unfortunately. There's really no place to get your finger in it. It's pretty large and it's not very easy to use. It's more fun to just sit and use two hands on it. It is unbalanced also. It does have a wobble in it. So it got an overall score of 6.1, which is good, qualifies it as a good spinner, but not that great. Will you be quiet? I'm busy. It weighs 103 grams, and I'd say a little bit disappointing. It cost, this is one I couldn't figure out quite where I got this or how much it cost, so this one's a little bit of a mystery to me. It's one of the first ones I ever bought. Then the next ROTIBOX spinner we got was this one. And compared to the first one, the first thing you notice is it is a lot easier to use. There's more space between the arms, so you have more places to get your finger in. So it works out a bit better for usability. It still didn't get a very great spin score. It got 5 minutes average spin time, which is actually superior, so it's not too bad. Got an overall score of 6.8, which is good. Not fantastic, but I would definitely prefer this one over the first one. And again, it is just slightly unbalanced. And that one costs $27.99 on Amazon, weighs 92 grams. The third one, this is a 3-arm spinner. This one feels even better than the other two. A lot of room to play with, a lot of room to get your fingers in there to get a hold of it. Unfortunately, it got an even worse spin time of only 3 minutes and 23 seconds. The appearance I didn't think was very good. I don't really like the look of this, and the feel was better, and the perceived quality of 7 was okay. But it got an overall score of 4.9, probably mostly because there was a lot of variability in the spin time. So it didn't spin that great, but it does feel a lot better. And again, it is a little bit unbalanced, which is becoming a common feature with ROTIBOX spinners. That one costs $43.95 on eBay, and it weighs 88 grams. Now this one from ROTIBOX was different than those three altogether. This is one of those 6-arm spinners where the pieces just screw in and screw out like that. And you can change the configuration and everything. This one is really easy to use. It's like the other ones of this basic design. It's pretty easy to use and it works really well. It only got a spin time of 3 minutes and 36 seconds, so it wasn't that fantastic on spin time. Again, it's unbalanced, and it got a overall score of basically 6, which qualifies it as a good spinner. But again, I was hoping these ROTIBOX spinners would do better than they did. They turned out to be good, but not really fantastic. And I think I've done 2 other ROTIBOX spinners besides these 4, and I think every one of them has been unbalanced. It seems to be something they have a real problem with at ROTIBOX, because they're all coming in unbalanced. And I'm sure that cuts into their spin time. This one only cost $29.95. I got it on Amazon, still available. We have next, I had a little bit of an adventure with this. This is actually one I got on eBay in an auction, and I ended up paying $190 for it. I really like the looks of this. I think it's called it's from Medieval Spinners, and it is solid copper. and I believe it's fairly rare. Really like the looks of this one. I'm very happy with how it looks. I think it's called the Nuke or the Nuke 2 or something like that. When I tested it, given that it's copper and it's fairly heavy, weighing 75 grams, it got a terrible spin time of only 1 minute and 3 seconds. But I started playing around with it a little bit, and I pretty quickly figured out that the bearing was shot. I did get it used. So I played around for a while and found a way to get the bearing out. The bearing doesn't come out easily. It's kind of press fit in there. And I put a new bearing in it, and it immediately got better run times of around 5 minutes, but every time I ran it again, did it 6 times, the spin time decreased significantly down to a point where it was only about 2.5 minutes. So I think I fried the second bearing in this one also. And so what I did was I went and ordered some really good bearings, and I'm waiting for them to show up. I'm determined to make this thing run really well. But as I got it, it only got an overall score of 5.3 basically, or if you count the second testing I did as 6.3. So it only qualifies as average or good, and that's mostly because of the bearing problems with it, but I had to rate what I have here. There's not much more I can do. I might take another look at it later once I get a better bearing in it. I did rate the appearance at 9 and the feel at 8. It's basically a bar spinner, although it's broken up into, the bar is broken into 2 pieces, but it does feel really good for a bar spinner. Very easy to use. And I gave it a perceived quality of 9. It's machined copper with a large button, and I'm actually really happy with it. Sorry about that. My air compressor just went on and scared the hell out of me. I totally forgot what I was going to say about that, so we'll just go on to the next one. The next one is from the same company, Medieval Spinners. This one's a copper one also. It's a newer one. I got this one new. It got a spin time of 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Not fantastic, but not too bad. A little bit better than good. Gave it an appearance score of 9 and a feel score of 8. Again, it feels pretty good for a bar spinner. And a perceived quality of 9. I thought it was, looks like it's put together really well. It got an overall score of 6.6, which qualifies it as a good spinner. Not so great, because not a really fantastic score because the spin time wasn't very long. I'm not sure if that has to do with the bearing, but it doesn't seem like it has a defective bearing or anything. It just seems like it's not maybe not the best bearing in the world. This one costs $39.99 on Amazon, and it weighs 74 grams. And the fourth one, or the last one here, actually the 7th one, is the Fat Boy from Steampunk Spinners. This one, again, another adventure. It only got an average spin time of 1 minute and 5 seconds, and I'm pretty convinced that the bearing is shot, but this has a all ceramic 608 bearing in it, and I don't have any extra, so I couldn't change the bearing out, but I ordered some. I'm going to try to get it to do better. Got a subjective score of 7.5 and run time of only 1 minute and 5 seconds on average for an overall score of 4.5, which I called a yawn. Right now it's not that interesting, but I think I'm going to try to get this one to run better than it does. But again, I had to rate what I have, so not a very good score for this one. It cost me $119, and I think that was on an auction on eBay. So again, I can't quite remember whether I got this one. Oh, I'm sorry, no, I didn't get this one on eBay. I got this on Amazon for $119, so it was a new when I got it. And it weighs 79 grams, which is a lot lighter than the copper version. It's pretty easy to use, though. It's it feels really comfortable. So I wouldn't discourage you from getting this one. I think I just might have a bum bearing in this one, but we'll find that out later when I get some new bearings. So this all in all was a pretty, on scores, it was a pretty disappointing lot. I was hoping for a lot better performance from this group of spinners, but they didn't work out so well. And So that was the end of the spinners from the last unpackaging, and we'll be getting on to some new unpackaging because I still have a lot of packages with fidget spinners in them that I haven't opened yet. Alright, we'll see you later.